Hey guys, so today we're going to be starting Unit 3, which is Analyze and Solve Percent Problems. We're going to start off by doing the first 3 examples, and the fourth one you'll be doing in class like we always do. So here's our table of contents. We have lesson 3.1 is what we're working on today. Is connect percents and proportions, and then you'll be able to use proportion to solve percent problems by the end of this lesson. And we will have only 4 lessons, so we will be able to get through this before Thanksgiving. So let's start with lessons 3.1 warm up. The warm up you guys are going to actually do in class on the next day, so we're actually going to skip the warm up and start on example 1. So in example 1, let me do that. It says that the basketball team statistician tracked the shots Emily made, the shots she missed during the last game. I should say, and the shots she missed during the last game. What percent of attempted shots did she make? So this is going to be like we've done before. You're going to make a proportion, and we know of the shots she made and the shots she missed, and we want to know what percent that is. So when you do that, you're going to take your part, and you're going to place it over the whole, which will give you your percent over 100. So this is how you always figure out what a percent is. You set up the proportion of part over whole equals percent over 100. So our part here is going to be shots she made, because that's what we're being asked to find. Right here it says shots that she makes. So we're going to say made right here. And our whole is going to be the attempted, all the shots she took. Now, they don't actually give us a number for the shots that she took. And again, this will be our percent, which we don't know. We're going to use X because we don't know it, over 100. So we know how many she made. That's the blue shots here. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 shots she made. So we're going to write a 9 on top. How many she attempted would be all of them, the made and missed, added together. So we have 9 made, and we have 10, 11, 12 in total, because she missed 3, she made 9, which is 10 in total. So now we know she made 9 out of her 12 shots. We need to know what percent that is. So we have X over 100. So we need to go, how did we get from 12 to 100? Which is the same way we're going to get, sorry guys. Same way we're going to get from 9 to X, our percent. So if you put this into your calculator, 100 divided by 12 is how we're going to solve that. And you'll get 8.3 repeating. Again, not a pretty number. So there's a better way to do this, and I'm going to show you afterwards in another color. So you're going to multiply 12 by 8.3 repeating to get 100. So you'll do the same thing up here. Multiply by 8.3 repeating. And you should get X equaling 75. Now, again, you got a really not so pretty number, and this one wasn't worse because it was just repeating 3. But what if it had been a bunch of numbers that weren't repeating? It would have made it really hard to enter, and if you accidentally erased it off your calculator, well, now you have to figure out what it is. So I'm going to show you another way that's a little bit easier, and you don't have to worry about those if you get a repeating decimal or not. So there's a formula to figure out what the percent is. I'm going to put a little box so that you can go over here. And the formula, I'm going to put it over here just so we know that we can see it, is if you take the part and divide it by the whole, and we're going to put this in parentheses, and we're going to multiply that by 100, you should get your percent every time. Doesn't matter what kind of number you get, it will always get the answer. So, for example, the one we have right now, our part was 9. We divided by our whole of 12. those in parentheses, multiply your answer by 100, and you should get whatever your percent is, and I'm going to call it x. So then we have 9 divided by 12, which gives you 0.75, and we're going to multiply that by 100, and you have still x as our percent. So 75 times 100 gives you, 0.75 times 100 gives you 75. I'm going to put our percent to label, and that's what x equals. Our x equals 75%. As you can see, this was much easier. I highly, highly, highly recommend making sure you do this instead of trying to go and do all of that. A lot easier to do that. A lot easier to do this than it is to do this every time. Sometimes this is easy, setting up our proportion, and sometimes it is not. So let's start off again with our proportion, and I will show you both methods each time. So let's scoot on up. I'm going to erase my little smiley face here. All right. So this time we have a lesson, example 2. A plan to expand Megan's room will make the length of the room 175% of the current length. What will the new length of the room be? Well, this time we have a different piece of information. This time we have the percent. We have the part, which is the original. Our original is going to be the part. We need to know what the whole or the new length is. I'm sorry, guys, I misspoke. This is our whole, because this is the original. Whole is always original. So we'll say AKA original. We have our percent over here. And this new X that we don't know is going to be actually our part, because as you can see, our part is actually bigger than our whole because it's 175%. So we have our part divided by our whole times 100 should equal the percent. Now, does it look like this formula that we've been using is actually going to work for what we need? We already know our percent. We're not trying to find the percent. We actually want to find out what is our part. So what we're going to actually do is, I'm sure I get this right. I don't want to tell them wrong. My brain ain't working the best. I don't know, maybe I should go. I feel fine right now. Oh, my neck is sore though. I'm sore. Sub doesn't pick it up. I might just cancel it. Just shit. Let me skip that one. I just realized that. is 7. So our x equals 7, or it was 7 meters originally. Or her new room will be 7 meters. Not originally. Her original was 4 meters. Her new will be 7 meters because it's 175% longer. All right. Last one, guys, before you have practice problems. So the nutrition label shows the percent of the recommended daily intake of nutrients found in the serving of soy milk. How many milligrams of calcium should you consume each day? So over here we have 20%, and this has 260 milligrams. So if 260 milligrams, our part is 20%. So we matched up our part. Remember, it's our part over our whole equals our percent over 100. Well, we know our percent is 20%, so we put 20 up there over 100. And we have our part because that's what's in the milk. Is 260 is in the milk. We want to know how much we need per day. Well, if this is 20% of 100, we want to know what that 100 is supposed to be. So again, we're going to say, how do we get from, and we don't need this percent sign anymore, we just need the 20. How do we get from here to here? So we know how to get from here to here. So what do I need? Well, we're going from a bigger to a smaller, so we know we're multiplying. And what do I multiply 20 by in order to get 260? Well, we can say 260 divided by 20 gives us 13. So now we know we multiply by 13. We multiply by 13. So for your daily amount, you should be getting it 12, or not 12, sorry guys. 1,300 or 1,300 milligrams of calcium. Per day. Because 100 times 13 is going to give us that 1,300. And that's it, guys. So your practice problems are going to be on page 3. And it's only 4 problems. You don't even have to do that today. All you have to do is Math Excel today. And then tomorrow you're going to do the practice problems. All right. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. And I'll see you guys later.